Hotel of Terror has started a petition drive to challenge Springfield's eminent domain order. The order would tear down the business. And as Joe Hickman reports, the petition calls for a voting referendum to decide this issue.
We was getting ready to start with the lawsuit.
House of Terror owner Sterling Mathis has decided to take a different tack in trying to save the downtown Springfield business he's been a part of for 45 years, since he was 16 years old.
We're one of the longest running haunted houses in America right now.
So that's why he's following in the footsteps of the Galloway neighborhood's successful zoning fight by collecting signatures to put his future in the hands of voters after the city council recently voted to take over his property by eminent domain. The city's charter allows for voting referendums if enough signatures can be gathered, but
to our knowledge, a referendum process has never been used in an eminent domain situation here in Springfield.
The issue is that the city wants to tear down the building because it interferes with much needed repairs to the Main Street Bridge nearby and the Jordan Creek Renewal Project. Officials say if the hotel stays in place,
we would definitely have to redesign the project. It is a bottleneck, and the whole project at its core is a flood reduction project. And so in order to reduce the flooding on Main Avenue, as well as fix the bridge, we would need that structure to no longer be there.
The city says the bridge is in such bad shape that it has weight limits.
CU buses are not allowed to cross it, as well as fire vehicles.
Mathis disagrees with several city statements, including that they've tried to bargain in good faith.
They've offered me $550,000. Well, I just got an estimate on a roof that needs to be fixed on my other building. It's $375,000 just for that.
Our process includes getting multiple third-party appraisals. So that's bringing in somebody who's independent, not from the city. And our offer has been basically offering him what a comparable building would be.
If they can set me up where I can do the same thing as I'm doing right now, I don't want any money. Just get me over there and get us going.
Mathis is still trying to figure out just how many signatures he'll need, but is aiming for 2,000. And he has a petition signing get-together Tuesday night from 5 to 7 at the hotel. If he does get enough signatures, the city council will have to decide what to do next.
So if it comes back to city council, they could vote to repeal the ordinance to move forward with eminent domain, or they could decide to put it to a vote of the people.
Reporting for KY3, I'm Joe Hickman.